Hey, what's up, everybody? Mogan Monster here, along with the lovely Stevie B.
Hello.
Hope everybody's doing well tonight. Welcome to Why the Fascination, or WTF, as we like to call it.
Excuse me.
Great to see everybody tonight. I know some of you guys are freezing your butts off out there and getting some snow, and I hope everybody's okay from that storm that just came through. When was that? Sunday?
Yeah, over the weekend.
Yeah, that was
That was bad. I hope everybody's okay. Prayers to anyone affected.
I know there was
by
a
it.
recent. Yeah, I think it was Sunday when we got that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That front came through.
Yeah, that was weird. Harold, how's it going? Hey, Christy, Sandra Piper, great to see you. Sandra? Yes, no? Oh, Michael Haywood. I saw blue.
I'm still trying to.
Sandra Piper's here. I was thinking, oh, there's Sharon. Sharon, what's up?
Christy.
I gotta put my glasses
Harold
on.
And Connor. Good to see you.
Hey, Connor. Let's see better. Are these the right ones? I don't know. We'll find out. Yes, I can see. Mr. Haywood, what's up, dude? NAC. Hey, David. Yeah, I saw that, Michael. He says we're supposed to get snow and ice tomorrow. There's a lot of people getting some snow right now.
Right?
Just be safe out there. Because it always seems that, like, the Gulf Coast, the Gulf states will be the severe weather, more than likely. They always seem to have that whenever a storm goes through that way.
Yeah, we've been in the 80s for the last few days, and then Sunday front came through, and I swear within 5 minutes
It dropped.
It dropped
15, 20 degrees.
I mean,
but she watched this front come across the lake.
it was so wicked. I was standing out there. I was about to cast my line, and I heard it first. I just heard like this wind coming from, and I'm not feeling any wind. So I'm standing there looking across the lake to the left, and I see the front coming across the lake. Like I'm watching the water go from just glass to looks like Whitecaps and ocean. And I'm standing there like, oh shit, I never cast. I just was kind of in shock. But with that front, that wave that come through, the temperature dropped easily 10 degrees.
Mr. Lee.
I stood out there for a minute. He heard it. He comes out. And next thing you know, just all hell breaks loose. The wind is blowing everything everywhere. We're running around, scattering.
Chairs are moved.
Trying to
fishing
pick
lures.
Chasing stuff all through the yard. Yeah, it was pretty wicked to sit there. I wish I'd have recorded it, but I think I was too in shock to. Yeah.
That was
bizarre. Mr. Lee.
And it is yesterday was President's Day. And I don't know if you guys remember from last year. We have George Fest here in town.
It's that week-long festival celebrating.
It's the country's longest running President's Day festival, or celebration of George Washington's birthday.
Right.
That's why it's called George Fest. But yeah, it goes for like a whole week. And they took it down tonight, and I hope it's going to be there tomorrow. But just the park is right outside. You guys saw the camera 2 weeks ago, whenever it was. That park, they're having it in there, and then across the street, they have the whole fairground like set up. So they have a carnival going on, but right over here behind us.
Let's see if I can find the video.
They had the world's largest rubber duck. No shit. The thing has to be
70.
No, maybe
50.
40 to 50 feet tall. Sharon, you've never been fishing?
Wow.
I don't know what to say about that.
Well, I hadn't been for.
Go get a rod. Have your grandson show you how.
Right.
You'll be hooked. Pun intended.
Right.
Rubber ducky, you're the one. Yes. Did you get it?
I'm trying to see if I can.
Oh yeah, she's got it. All right, right on. Can we just pause it just so to get a
Yeah, I'm trying to find a good spot without a car coming by. I mean, it's not great because the tree's in the way, but I'm sitting at the light across the street coming home. It's literally the light.
You're looking
coming
at the
through
side of it.
neighborhood.
The face of it's kind of hidden.
We'll try to get a better picture tomorrow if it's still up.
But you can see how big that thing is.
They deflated it tonight, which is weird because this morning when I got up for work, I literally leaving the neighborhood, there was a sheriff blocking right at the stop sign of where I go to leave the neighborhood. He's sitting there. He must have been sitting there overnight guarding the thing because they left it inflated. And I said, what's to keep some stupid kid from coming by and just going and watching the rubber ducky go flying away? But they had a sheriff out there probably all night. He was there super early this morning. But you had said it's down now? They deflated it?
Yeah. Northwood says 2 songs come to mind, and it's Rick Dees' Disco Duck.
Right.
And then C.W. McCall's Convoy.
I don't know if I know that. Do I know?
Well, no,
probably
because then it's spoken in the one guy's handle on the CB is Rubber Duck.
Okay.
Michael says, "Whose bathtub is that rubber duck going to fit in, dude? If you put it in here,
put it in a lake. That would be awesome.
Cool as hell.
Right? That's where it
what I
belongs.
think it actually might be is a jump house. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I saw when I was at the light, I saw people standing in front of it taking pictures. We just haven't been around the front side of it. But no, how awesome would it be if they put that in the middle of the lake? They should have just let it float around the lake. That would have been cool.
Rubber ducky, you're the one. And then I saw another one further down. There was I don't know, it was definitely smaller.
Another what?
Duck.
Really?
Yeah, it was down there. It was only like, I don't know. Maybe it stood 5 foot tall.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
NAC says downtown Tuscumbia got beat up pretty bad by the one tornado.
Karen said it was in Tacoma a couple of years ago. It's 6 stories tall.
Okay, so that's 60 feet.
I said 70. I was close.
Well, I think I even said to Michael, I sent somebody a picture of it, and I said it's probably 60 feet.
It's huge.
In Convoy, the rubber duck's hood ornament.
And it's funny because it's in the parking lot where I had to move my truck. I said, well.
Mr. Hand, good to see you. Stay warm in that -2 degree temperature.
Oh, Jesus.
Yikes.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was so cold out there.
Well, because it's
like
been
I didn't
80,
know there was
like
the
upper 80s.
blast came down. That's
It
why
was like 86 degrees, I think, Saturday? Friday and Saturday? Here. I mean, it's horrible. It shouldn't be that hot. Not yet. No. It's way too early. And then for the temperature to drop in the next, Monday was high, maybe 70, if it made it that high.
Yeah, but still.
That's gorgeous.
I don't even want to talk about it.
I know.
I feel bad for everybody else.
I know. Oh, no, it was nice, though, from going from almost 90 degrees to that.
Hey, Roger. Good to see you.
Definitely welcome. Just not ready for that heat yet.
No, it was
muggy.
It was unusual.
It wasn't just hot, it was muggy. Yeah, mosquitoes were coming out.
Patrick says y'all suck. See, that's why I don't want to talk about it. Our weather. I'll talk about yours all day.
Right. Yeah, I think it was Friday. I was coming home from work. It was so hot. I'm sitting at the light. I had turned my air conditioner on in the car. It's just stupid that it's that hot. It doesn't make sense. Go from wearing a tank top one day to a flannel the next.
Yeah. We're starting off the morning with I had layers on, and Friday afternoon I was back to the t-shirt, and it was like, fuck, this sucks.
hear voices. Or it did. Not in my head either. It's outside.
So, guys, I have not yet done it, but I will post a link in chat, and anybody wants to click on that link and come hang out and
While he
bullshit with
does
us.
that, I'm
and
gonna go
whatever.
I'm gonna go grab me some coffee. Excuse me, guys. If I get out.
Yeah, if you click the link, just if you don't want to be on camera, bottom of the screen, you'll see stop camera. Hit that. Don't have to be on camera. Also, I ask that you turn off YouTube so we don't get that feedback. Just stay on StreamYard.
See? Told you I heard
Are
somebody.
they having a party out there? I hear yelling in Spanish.
Our neighbor.
Really?
Well, the window's open, that's all.
Yeah. Northwood says the current temp here is 9 with a wind chill of -1. One way or another, this will be my last winter here. It's going just as well as mine is, Mr. Lee. Mr. Lee says, Mogs, how is Stephanie's keto going? I gotta make changes. And I'm not gonna do there's certain things I've been doing this time that I didn't do last time, and I'm not getting the results that I should be getting. So I have to adjust. Like go back to black coffee because the creamer has sugar in it. What else? I was gonna stop eating all those mixed nuts, but they're keto friendly. You just gotta eat them in moderation. I don't. I just eat it like popcorn.
Yeah, right? Like popcorn.
Thanks. No, it's a grain, but I don't know how it is in that form though.
What, popcorn?
Yeah,
Oh, no, it's not good for you.
I didn't think so.
I thought about it too when I looked it up.
Mr. Lee says I sent you carnivore bread recipe, Stephanie. It's fantastic.
Oh, right on. Sorry, I haven't checked my emails. I will, indeed.
Karen says I can't do that cold anymore. I can barely do 30s. I'm getting old or something. Yeah, I don't like the cold anymore. I really got turned off to it in Wisconsin. That was just too cold. Christy said she sent you some vids on Facebook Messenger.
Yes, I got those.
Yep.
Thank you. It's been a busy week, guys. I haven't been on Messenger.
Karen says we can get sugar free. She doesn't like sugar free.
I haven't been involved in Messenger and been in touch with anybody much this past week. I've been busy, especially over the weekend. So I do apologize, but I did get your messages. Judy sent me some stuff too, and Judy.
Never eat mixed nuts on hog cutting day.
Hog cutting day.
I don't know what the fuck that means.
I feel like there's a joke in there somewhere.
I'm sure, but I don't know what hog cutting day is.
Me either. I'm afraid to ask.
I'm gonna be butchering any pigs or something. What the hell?
Damn, I forgot to grab some water.
Nuts bloat me out, man, says Mr. Lee. Yeah,
Patrick Vaughn, you're just mean. White chocolate covered pecans. That's just mean.
see, we can't do any. We're not doing any sugars, but whatever's in that Oh, Mr. Lee, now that you're here, kudos, man, on the pork rinds, the pork panko.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's some good shit.
I bought pork rinds and just grinded them up and used them that way. Yeah.
Damn it.
Because I love frying stuff, so
We're running over a jig head.
I don't know if you heard her. He's like rolling his fishing gear on
I'm
the
like,
floor.
what the hell is that noise?
I mean, there's not, but there was.
Laying down and I'm rolling over top of jig head. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah, pork panko, game changer, dude.
Oh my god, yes.
And plus, you know,
It's a good snack.
but that's it. The pork rinds on the side, you know,
Right.
of the dish is, yeah. Rocky Mountain oyster, pork style.
Christy said they bought some pork rinds, had them with hamburgers tonight.
Oh, really? Yeah, I never thought of that, you know, because probably because it's in the chip aisle, you know, I just avoid that.
But technically, no, because I looked for them in the chip aisle at the grocery store and they were nowhere. They were on a center little display and
Yeah, but
near the
wasn't
meats. Near the meats.
that for Super Bowl Sunday
Well,
or
I don't
something when you got
know,
them?
but they had absolutely no pork rinds on the shelf in the chip aisle.
Mr. Lee, I've done chicken with it. I did it in the air fryer. I breaded some thighs with
Pork
it.
chops.
Those I fried though, not
Yeah.
in the air fryer.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying with the panko. Pork panko.
Did you get?
What?
I couldn't read it. I like burped
I
and
lost you
very
too.
quietly in my throat. I was like, can't speak.
Jeez.
Sharon says, I don't know where to find pork rinds here in Belgium. Try to avoid the ghost peppered pork rinds. You know, I'm just trying to use just the regular plain pork rinds because there's two ingredients, pork rinds and salt. That's it. But the barbecued ones or all the flavored ones have different, like a bunch more different ingredients that like sugar. Hey, Jamie. Nacho cheese Doritos with Philadelphia cream cheese. See, I can do cheese. I just can't do the Doritos.
Right. With pork rind. Oh.
Yeah. Well, what else? There was something else we were trying to figure out. Oh, did I want to make egg salad or something?
Egg salad, and then using
salad.
pork rind.
As the chip. And I was like, oh, it's bacon and eggs, isn't it?
Right. Exactly.
In two different forms.
So on my computer at work, I get notifications for the neighborhood app, and I've had it on there for years in regards to like lost pets. You know, people's pet goes missing, ends up wandering in the park, and you know, I get notifications. Well, I read a notification today that was, I think it was written originally on Sunday. Somebody posted a message about seeing drones, huge drones over Lake Apopka. First thing I typed was there was a bass tournament that was televised. Yeah, I got like over 100 likes on it because everybody's like, "Oh, no shit!" You know, I'm like, quit thinking it's, you know.
Well, that's good that you had the answer because we were watching the tournament this past weekend. MLF, Major League Fishing, had their stage 2 of the Suzuki something or other.
Big,
bass
huge
tournament.
It was
It started off with 66. They whittled it down to the last day of 10. But it's on our lakes. I mean, like I was at work and boats would go by to on their way to a pop crew or whatever, but
well, it was cool to sit here and
watch it live as they were catching
and know, where they're at.
where they're fishing.
Yeah. So that was very cool. But as we're watching it, we're seeing drones,
And it was windy as hell. So I'm like,
that's the day the front came through. And we were watching the guys fishing. It's like, dude, 10 minutes. You got 10 minutes. This front's going to come through and blow them off the boat. I mean, we were just in anticipation of the front coming through, steady watching. But you see the drones from, you have multiple guys on the lake and different boats. So their drones are all over the air. But yeah, somebody did end up taking a picture after I posted that. Somebody took a picture. They were pretty huge size drones.
Were they?
Yeah.
Well, I told you
some of them had.
I made the comment to her as far as I said, it's so windy. How are those drones so steady?
Oh yeah.
They were taking these amazing shots.
I wish I had access to that app on my phone so I could pull up the picture of it, but it was a huge drone. And it gravitated around Lake Apopka. Everybody was saying Lake Apopka.
Yeah,
I'm like, well, that's where the final. That's where the
no, they were all over, but that's where they did most of their filming. Like
right.
they on my lake, Lake Dora, they were on that lake. But it was funny because we followed like who was leading, and it's like a four-man horse race there for a minute. That doesn't make sense. 4-man horse race. Whatever. Top 4 positions. It was back and forth. And
Mr. Lee says, Stephanie, are you sure it wasn't a UFO? It's funny you said that because I swear, first 30 comments on that original posting was, should I be scared? Is it, all this crazy stuff? So I couldn't help it.
I would have been, yes, fear for your life, people.
I couldn't help it. I had to post the comment. I'm like, it was a fishing bass. Pro. Yeah. It just goes to show you. Everybody, it's like Bigfoot on the brain, UFO on the brain.
Yeah.
Not everything in the sky is a UFO. Well, to them in the moment, I guess it is,
I've seen that video, Patrick. He says I watched the video of a guy fishing with a drone. The drone lost.
Oh, wow.
They'll use them to like carry their bait out further that you can't cast that far, so they fly a drone out with the bail open and then just release it. But yeah, I've seen them try to do it with remote control boats. Sometimes it works, sometimes
I've seen that recently with the remote control boat.
What's up, Stu? How are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you, Stu.
Jamie says apparently if you shoot aliens, they will die. They will die. Don't know that I'll ever have that opportunity. Don't know that I'd shoot him if I did. Oh, so watching that tournament the other day, the guy who took 10th place caught one fish all day, 2.2 pounds, 2.02, something like that.
Something like that.
I beat him by like 18 pounds.
I almost did. The one I caught today was 1.81. I said that's a big enough fish to qualify.
Yeah, Sunday I was at work. I was jigging for crappies. I pulled in a 3-pound bass.
Okay.
Then I came home and I was like, you know what? Bass are starting to spawn, and I'm getting all into the bass mode. So I switch rods, put a worm on there, and boom, pull in a 4-pounder, couple almost 2-pounders. Some I didn't even weigh.
Well, he goes outside. He's like, I'm gonna go catch fish, and he did. So then yesterday I did the same thing. I said, I'm gonna catch fish. I caught that little bass. Well, it wasn't little, not that little, but it was a good size. But I said it again today. I'm like, I'm gonna sit here until I catch a bass. Caught a good size.
Apparently, pork scratchings are definitely not a common food here, either in France or the Netherlands. Yeah, it's what do they call them? Cracklins? Isn't that
Yes.
you can buy them? We can buy them in bags, frozen. I mean, 10-pound bags of them. Which is another thought. How do you cook those? Do you just fry them, deep fry them?
I think so.
We might have to start making our own cracklins,
Right.
our own pork rinds.
Jay Fritz says, I think the whale caught more kayak fishermen than fishermen caught fish, swallowed them for 30 seconds and spit them in the kayak out. I heard that.
Jay, what's up, man? I didn't see the video.
I didn't either, but I heard about it.
I saw a video once where that happened, and it was like, what the fuck? But that was a couple of years ago.
This was just recent.
Yeah. Chicharrones was what they're in Spanish. The pork rinds.
Pork scratchings. Rinds are an English invention. That's what Mr. Lee just said.
Oh, thanks, because they're fucking good.
Right?
You put them in cornbread. You can't do cornbread. You know, tasty. We're trying to keep everything keto, and Mr. Lee turned us on to the pork rind, so
Well, I think that's what she's getting at, is that you can substitute, say, the flour for pork rinds in a lot of recipes. You just gotta.
I get you.
Yeah. Sharon wants to know, did you find the Lupin?
Not yet.
Lupin?
I haven't looked. Watch a video of a kayaker in a saltwater croc. That guy was nervous.
Yeah, I think I'd be too.
Yeah, it's called Jay Fritz, and it was an alligator.
Right.
And he sold his kayak like the next day
The
and shit.
next day.
Yeah, it's funny though, because I was like, when he said he had a kayak, and then before he said he sold it, I was like, oh, you want to? I was going to ask if he wants to sell
Too
it.
late. They were
He was
gone.
like gone.
He says Moses correct.
Mhm. You been doing any fishing, Jay? How you feeling? How's everybody doing over there? How's Janet? She right? Well, as good as can be expected, I guess. You know, we're saying prayers for her. I got to send out a prayer to the Brennan family up in Cape Cod. My ex brother-in-law Charlie, his wife just passed yesterday, so thinking about your brother. Too cold and sleepy to stay awake. Bundle up. Thanks for hanging out.
Right.
Or at least showing up.
Good night, Tasty.
I'm wondering what I'm hearing. It's that.
It's the ride over at the carnival.
They have this thing that the closest ride they have to us is this like loop.
The
Just
giant
this loop
loop
that goes back and forth, and I guess it just goes in a circle.
like 4 cars of a roller coaster, it looks like, and it just goes
back and forth until it starts to go over and over.
And we hear that.
I had a 14-foot alligator ruin my pierogi fishing. Pierogi, isn't that a friggin'?
I was thinking the food.
Polish potato pasta type deal, like gnocchi. No, pierogi's yeah, a little bigger.
Jason's hanging in there, back still acting up.
I've been here, there, and everywhere, Stu. I'm bound up. You're warm,
right?
7 dogs. What's the dog temperature? What's their body temperature? 110?
Yeah,
Something like that. Sorry, I had the cough. I had to mute. Good night, Tasty. Good to see you. Stu says, since I stopped smoking, being sent for blood, X-ray, methinks they're trying to find something. I don't trust any of them. Right?
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't. Nope. I mean, go by how you feel, man.
Right.
Well, no, I mean, they're always looking for some reason to put you on meds or, get
Well,
big
that's what I said
pharma.
about that last time I went to the urgent care. It was urgent care / emergency. They didn't try to sell me on anything. They didn't try to find anything else. They listened to my problem and addressed it according to, I guess, the best they could, and sent me on my way. And I love that. That's how it used to be. You go to the doctor for a certain thing. They don't go and try to, find every disease in the world or ailment in the world to get you overloaded on medications and shit. No, I was a little disappointed they didn't give me any medicine. Remember, they really didn't give me a whole lot. It was my stomach was messed up. They did a CT scan and
I don't know. Every time I go, the last time I went was for my back years ago to an emergency room. And I told you guys when it happened, I knew more about the guy at the doctor's golf game than I knew what was wrong with me. But I walked out with a prescription for drugs, and I don't like, she doesn't do them. I don't like doing painkillers or anything like that.
Won't.
LIB, what's up, buddy?
What'd it do?
Happy belated birthday. When was Mike's birthday?
I
think you'd let us know.
I know, right?
By the way, guys, it's my birthday next week. No. Mr. Lee's gastroenterologist is very thorough. MRI every 3 months. Right on. I've seen a doctor last week. She put me on meds for a chest infection. I know what a chest infection is. And do you think you have one? David just got his back shot and it's helped him. That's good. American doctor just want money, perhaps. Dude.
You nailed it.
Yeah. And fuck it. I don't care if they what do you call it? Strike me. Get a strike for this, but the healthcare system here is fucked, dude. It's corrupt. But there's somebody looking into that.
I sure hope so.
Yeah. The insurance companies nowadays run healthcare. They decide who gets treated.
They dictate the treatment that you receive from the doctors, from the hospitals.
But Big Pharma kind of runs the doctors as far as they need the doctors to push their drugs. So, some do, some don't. But it's just fucked here, Mr. Lee. Richie says better than Canada healthcare.
Patrick says
I don't know, dude. It's free up there.
Patrick says doctors are trained. It scrolled, so now I can't even see it.
Yeah, doctors are trained. It doesn't
Doesn't
mean
make 'em-
doesn't mean intelligence.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree, 100%.
Okay. Judy, I don't know why that would happen. Social Security was cut in half.
Wait, what?
I don't know anything about that. Like, I didn't hear about any of those cuts. I mean,
No,
with that,
matter of fact, I heard opposite that they weren't touching Social Security. Matter of fact, there was supposed to be
yeah.
a no tax on Social Security proposal.
All right. I got to scroll up and see what Jamie said. I get my epidural in 3 weeks. Somebody says, isn't that for pregnant ladies?
Oh, jeez.
It's some women who go into birth decide to get that shot to deal with the pain.
Go into birth.
But it's go into labor. Excuse me, that's the word. But yeah, it's a spinal shot that it's
Numbs
a
you.
pain it's a pain shot, pain medication.
Numbs you from the waist down.
LIB says being a year older is making me tired.
What is he, 13 now?
Mugs, I don't have a chest infection. I've refused in past for bloods to be taken, looking for long-term illness. I'm sure they are commission scumbags. They're on commission scumbags. Yeah, no, I agree. Michael says not being a year older makes you worm food.
Right.
Jamie says I'm Canadian and thank God for our health care.
Well, Jade said he doesn't hear Canadians complain about health care. Yeah. Yeah, I keep scrolling. I'm losing everything.
No, I mean I think it might take a little longer to get, what do you call it, seen. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure how it works. Jamie says it's not a perfect situation, but it works. That's what's important. So yeah, guys, here, listen, let me put this in chat. Link, click it, come hang out. I didn't ask for much,
Right.
What else? Mr. Lee says I have all my health care free. Even Mr. Hand says it's big pharma. Judy says Elon has fired many in Medicare and Medicaid, along with everyone who was 125 to 150 years old.
Right.
I don't know if you guys heard
bizarre.
about that, but there was a situation, I guess, when it popped up in California, I think.
Dozens of people.
150-year-old people were getting
125
checked
to
for
150.
Medicaid or Medicare or
No,
whatever.
Social Security.
Social Security, that's what it was.
Monthly for years. 150-year-old.
That's crazy. No, I know their taxes are outrageous up there, Richie. Um, outrageous. I'm just reading what 109 million pounds.
Well, I know we don't talk politics, but just to hear how much money this country's wasted in the last 4 years.
There's a guy next door been a diabetic, or so they say. The meds are making him obese. He came off the meds last summer. It changed his life, but blood sugars kept spiking. Ended up back on poison, for fuck's sake. Michael Dracula's on Social Security. But he still has the first check he ever got. It's number one.
One.
I know somebody laughed at that.
Count it in.
I don't know. He says vet care is criminally expensive. Somebody, if they can, they will take advantage of it. You know?
Like I said, the count.
Nah. Jamie says, I think Norway is one of the richest countries. I know there's one country that everything is paid for. College, I mean, it's just, they're like this happy country. Somewhere over there, Finland or one of those Icelandic countries.
Yeah.
Michael says, vet care is high here too. Yeah, it is. I'm trying to avoid the vet with Maya. She's got a skin condition. She's itching a lot. So I just started her yesterday on this over-the-counter stuff that's supposed to help with like allergic reactions and help her skin. So we'll see how that works. But otherwise, it's to the vet, and that's just, that hurts the wallet.
Big time.
Sweden, yeah, maybe Sweden.
Yeah, Michael says, I know a gang of shade tree vets. I bet you do.
Well, you know,
I know.
if you know any farmers,
Oh,
that they're,
right.
you know. What's the best treatment for open grazed
Excuse me.
underbelly of a dog got dragged by a car? Ouch. Just an antibiotic, you know. If it's not open wound, like that has to be stitched.
It's probably more of a burn drag. I don't know.
Road rash.
Road rash, yeah.
Yeah, I would use an antibiotic, just a regular.
And anything with lidocaine in it.
For pain, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but what do we know? We're not giving out medical advice for dogs, people, nothing.
Just what I would do.
Right. My opinion.
Yeah, we're not
qualified for entertainment purposes only. Algorithms.
So
the
even on your pets.
Algorithm gods.
What I would do, that's what I would do. Karen says vet care and dentist. Yeah, dentist.
Sulfur too, they say. Michael said.
Well, no, I've seen dogs get fucked up like by other dogs, and it was weird because they didn't bleed.
Mhm.
Big ass open womb, no blood. It's like, what the hell?
I've seen dogs that
And then
have
I've
open
seen
wounds that
that bled like stuffed
Yeah.
pigs.
exactly.
You know.
And Karen said it. Vet care and dentist, dental care.
Judy said, for entertainment purposes only.
All right, that's what I said.
But if you have an opinion on the subject, click that link, come hang out and tell us about it. Link is in chat.
Can't quit yawning. Sorry.
We're boring you?
No.
Sorry.
Woke up an hour before
Boring
the
me.
show. Barely an hour before the show. I just woke up.
And ate dinner, and
I-
yeah, you
I-
kind of crammed it all in. And
I felt like I was waking up in the middle of the night. I was knocked out pretty good.
Jamie says, whatever you use on your dog, don't forget the cone of shame.
Right.
Antibiotics not gonna hurt her if she licks it. I don't have the cone of shame.
I have one. Probably not big enough for her though. Tractor Supply has a bunch of them.
A lot of human remedies work for dogs too. The vets just don't tell you that. Oh yeah,
It's the same ingredients and a lot. Most of the medications.
You can give them Benadryl. I've done that. You can give them, well, the dog aspirin I have. But I crushed those up. What's the other one? There's a lot of different things. A little turmeric in their food helps with inflammation. What was the other one I just used not too long ago?
Benadryl.
No, the for the stomach.
Excuse me.
Something for the stomach.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it was like milk of magnesia or something like that. Along those lines. Judy says, oh, I can hardly wait to come back on the show. Well, when you're ready, we're here.
Right.
Yeah. Sadie got bad road rash from a car. I freaked out. She was a huge bruise and liver damage, and her eye was blood red. $700 visit. Yeah, I think I took Lucy to the vet.
I think I froze.
She got tore up, and that was probably an $800 visit. Honey works good on hound dogs. They have donuts of shame now at the vet we go to. Do you blow him up around his neck? I don't know what.
Yeah, sure.
That's interesting. I can buy it. We can get them at Tractor Supply. They have them.
That's what I just said.
Did you?
I did like 2-3 minutes
See,
ago.
I pay attention.
You never do. No.
I start now.
I'm used to it. Used to being ignored.
What?
Oh.
Oh, cod liver oil. There you go.
Well, what are
Dog
they
arthritis.
It's an antibiotic. Moxicillin is what fish moxie or something like that you could buy. It's the same thing. It's amoxicillin, but it's for pets, and I think you can get it from
Fish amoxicillin cures like ick in fish tanks
But
on fish. So it's
the same ingredient as amoxicillin, the antibiotic that they give humans. It's the same exact thing. Look it up. It's a thing. And you can get it from Pet supplies. I'm trying to Chewy, I think. That online.
Lady gets
pet supply.
Benadryl, half of one because she's only 14 pounds. They said it would slow her down. It didn't. Erythromycin.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jay. I knew it was one of them. Started with an A.
I don't know. It's still maybe I don't know. Yeah, well, maybe.
Look it up. I'm telling you, it's a thing.
Yeah, like I can go buy warming stuff, you know,
Yeah,
as far
see,
as
Michael
almost
says Tractor Supply.
Yeah.
sells it.
they have all that stuff.
Let me see a letter, please. Could be in that tone of voice. Richard said, Ocala, Florida conference. Who is going?
When is that again? Is that the April one or is that?
I think that, yes, that's April.
We'll probably be there. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't
Oh,
know.
not if I don't take off.
Missed last year's.
With Alabama.
Ivermectin and vermectin. Karen says, wow, autocorrect is us. Mr. Haywood, what are you up to?
What's happening?
Apparently not. I can't hear him.
Mr. Lee, I feel like it's true.
Check my volume. Pretty sure it's.
Hey, I had to get on here, talking about this animals and medication and stuff like that. Did you know that that's how they made the Energizer Bunny? They gave him Adderall. So I just wanted everybody to know that much. No, I just I had to come on there and tell that corny joke.
That was right. Right on.
Ooh.
Mr. Lee says, Mokes and Stephanie, time for a road trip soon?
That's what I answered him. I said, it feels like it is. I'm ready. I'm always ready for a road trip.
Daggone right. Hey, everybody needs to do a road trip occasionally just to get
Right.
your mind right.
Right? Get away from the bullshit.
Daggone right.
No, I mean that's a Saturday. It's just tough for me. I got to put in a way ahead of time.
Now it's way ahead of time.
March, yeah, we're good. I'll put in. I guess we're going to. Well, last time we skipped last year's because we went to
I went to
Alabama.
Alabama. I'd rather go to Alabama.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I looked at the Florida one. There's the speakers. I don't know. It's the same thing. We've seen it.
I've seen Alabama.
Well, went to two of the Florida ones.
They've had one here within 5 miles of my house the last 2 years, and I have not made it yet.
Really?
When is that? In September?
I'm forgetting
Or
when it. I'm
July.
forgetting exactly when. I think it is July. I think it is July.
That's one we need to go.
Why?
Oh, it's just different. We haven't been to that one yet.
I like Jamie's idea. Let's all meet at Stonehenge
Oh, that's
for the spring
Say
equinox.
when.
Yeah, we'll stay with Mr. Lee.
Do I get to wear my black robe with the hood?
Easy, Gandalf. Settle down. You'll have us all in a hell of a Wingardium Levioso. Hey, don't wave your wand at me, mister.
Leviosa.
Hey, one of them. One of them.
You know, it must made me spit my coffee on that one.
Oh,
Gandalf. That's fucking.
y'all didn't know I knowed about that Harry Potter boy, did you?
Oh, shit.
Uh,
Oh, that's too funny.
Oh,
21st of June. Jamie, see you then.
Mr. Lee says, you can. I have a tent.
oh.
I don't think I'd fly all the way over there just to stay in a tent.
No,
Hey, wouldn't that be a hell of a
Maybe a
note,
yurt.
wouldn't it?
a yurt.
Watching.
Hey, of course, a lot of people, they say that, what, backpacking all over there, camping and...
Oh, yeah. Cross country, hiking, country to country, backpacking. Yeah.
Man, we going fishing in the morning. I don't know what. Hey, we just passed through all this good weather for 5 or 6 days, and we fished one day out of that. And now we wait until the coldest damn weather comes back, and we going fishing in the morning.
Right.
Mr. Lee said, only joking. Plenty of room here. Anytime. Yeah, I get all excited in the morning. Oh, it's nice and early. I go fishing. I open a door and I'm like, yeah, wait till it warms up a little bit.
Hey, I saw a video today, and the guy wasn't saying where he's at, but he was in Florida, and he said they smoking the crappie down there. And I saw him catching some, but I was like, well, okay. But he won't give it up.
They were doing really good on Okeechobee. With
Right.
Actually, I think this weekend is where that MLF Pro Tour is going.
Yeah.
Right.
Okeechobee this weekend.
Well, my buddy from Hamlet, his brother-in-law went to Okeechobee last week, and they said they caught 200, but now I don't know how many days they fished or whatever. And I feel like that was a guided trip too, and that's okay too if you got the money to pay a guide.
Judy says, you going ice fishing, Michael?
Might as well be. Hell, they wait till the coldest day every time to go.
Plan, but you never know.
We'll see that.
We went to Squatch Fest in January. Where is that? Where is Squatch Fest?
I think that's up in Washington, isn't it? Or
Oh, that's possible.
Oregon. One of them.
I wonder where what's the best one out there? Just curious, not that to compare, but I'm like, what's the one that everybody goes through? I know Gatlinburg's pretty big.
Yeah, that one's usually huge.
That's one I wouldn't mind getting to. Maybe it's the Gatlinburg one,
right?
Well, yeah. Well, yeah, I do hear a lot of people talking about that one too.
What else? There's some out west, but I'm not going all the way out west.
Not for a conference.
No. Richie says it's time to make the moonshine.
Not Duncan's moonshine.
Mr. Lee's like, you can take a sedative? To Karen, she was a fly. She doesn't like flying. LIB says, we need an interpreter for Haywood. Please hit the link and join the group.
Forget about it.
Links in chat.
I posted it too.
Did you?
He did. LAB.
Oh, yeah, that's when I read that.
Mm-hmm.
But just double checking.
But man, hey, yeah, I'm sitting here thinking they talking about we're supposed to get a bunch of ice or whatever, and they're saying more ice than snow, and I don't like the idea of that because man, it don't take much ice around here to make for a bad situation. Power lines be popping.
Lines,
Yeah.
Just the weight from the power line on the power lines. I mean.
Yeah, everybody goes into a complete state of I can't drive whenever they'll be putting it in the ditch.
Right.
Everybody's saying happy birthday, grandson. Wait, it's not until June. June 21st, he'll be 21. The ice has been making a mess, says Mike.
Yeah, I imagine he still got that stuff he showed the other week when he was on there.
Yeah, all the snow.
Judy wants
Yeah.
to see the redwoods. I want to see the redwoods.
So do I.
I guess I am going back out west.
I'm going for a total different reason,
Have fun in the woods.
right?
Well, that would be a heck of a trip to go out there to see them, but that would be something to see the redwoods.
Yeah, I've never done the Pacific Northwest or like Northern California. I spent like 11 days in California, but I was remodeling my friend's house.
I tried to get up to Northern California when I was out there on that last road trip years ago, but Pacific Coast Highway had a mudslide. Shut it down and didn't get past San Francisco.
Hmm.
Rex says, I'm right in the middle of that ice crap, but this weekend it's going to be 70. Right on.
I don't know. Hey, I try not to look too far ahead on the weather because they say stuff, you know. The weatherman's the only person that can be wrong over half the time and still keep his job. So
Yeah.
if it's back in the old days, they'd probably stoned him telling all that bullshit.
He's a witch.
Damn right.
How can I be a witch? I'm wrong half the time. Yeah, it was just I told you, like, it's funny how I switched to bass fishing. Like, just was like, you know what, we haven't been casting for bass, let's try it. And we just started pounding them.
Well, that was a nice one you caught the other day.
Yeah, I think I have.
See, it just hadn't got kicked off. I hadn't heard anybody here lately doing anything. They were catching some crappie up there up the road where we fished at all summer at Lake Tillery. And I think the 1st of January was the last time. I mean, I know other people caught them too, but the ones I see in the groups that I'm in and stuff, catching them up there. But they starting to troll and spider rig and stuff. It's that time of year.
Yeah, our spawn with the crappies is over, I'm sure. The bass are spawning right now. Mr. Lee says, Mopes, have you been to Tijuana, Mexico? No, I've never been south of the border. Never really had a desire to.
Yeah.
Nah. I lost the urge when people started getting their heads lopped off down in that area.
Yeah, you know.
That takes the thrill out of it.
I wouldn't mind someplace, say, like Belize. Belize would be cool.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Second largest reef, barrier reef or whatever in the world. Plus some good ruins too.
That's what I would go for.
Yeah.
For sure. I've always wanted to.
I'd want to drop a crappie jig down there by them reefs.
Right. Totally different fishing.
So Maya's doing good, right? I mean, you said something about her skin condition or whatever. She's still hanging in there, and
yeah. She's just, she'll start biting that shit, and it's, lately she's been like yesterday she left a raw spot, and I'm like, no.
Right.
So we went and picked up that stuff, and I just put it in her food. It's a liquid, and hopefully it'll help her out.
See, Jay, I'm gonna tell you something. Jay says sharks. No, thank you, dude. Hey, they taste pretty good. From what I've had, sharks are pretty tasty.
I've had shark.
Yeah. I had it
Actually,
a couple of times.
like down in last time I caught a shark, I think. Well, no, last time I caught a shark that I ate was in North Carolina. It was one of
Right.
those
Me
spiny
too.
dogfish. Yeah, the spiny dogfish off the pier. And it turns out that a lot of the fish and chips over in England are made from the shark.
Well, my buddy caught one at Carolina Beach, 5 foot long, 120 pounds, black tip, and it somehow wound up coming back home with us after a 2.5 hour battle in about it seemed about like 6 miles walking up and down the beach with that son of a gun.
That's a workout.
Oh man, hey, yeah. And it stretched his line so bad he reeled all the line up on his reel and still had so much excess line that he had to walk up the beach towards the dunes to get him to come in close enough.
Couldn't reel anymore.
Yeah, but
That's
thank
crazy.
goodness we had a gaff. But you
Mr.
know,
Lee, I know it's cod and chips. I know it's usually cod. I'm sorry to interrupt, Michael.
right?
But yeah,
that's okay.
look it up, dude. Spiny dogfish.
Yeah,
It's been used in place of cod instead of cod sometimes for fish and chips. It's really
well,
good.
see, hey, and that's my big thing too. Is they talk about like the skates, or I don't know if it really is the skates or the stingrays or whatever, but I mean, you catch more skates.
Punching out like the
Right.
Yeah.
And I want to know because I mean, hey, I'd start skate fishing because you can go catch them at Carolina Beach if they taste near as good as a scallop.
What do they call them? Poor man's scallops.
Hey,
They
shit.
use some sort of punch and they punch out the wings on the fin.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know that I've ever had it.
Well, I know them boys down there. That's what they like to. They'll take a small blue, about 12 inches long or something like that, and use it, cut it in half, and use it for bait for the shark fishing and the skate fishing or whatever like that. But I mean, I don't think they're intentionally skate fishing. But
No.
man, I saw a dude fight one down there one day for a long time, and finally got him up there. And that son of a gun was big as a car tire.
They get big, man. They get pretty big. I've caught them down here.
The only ones I've ever caught's like, the size of a volleyball or something like that. And I've never caught many of those.
I think the first time I ever caught a skate was in Massachusetts. We were fishing for flounder.
Right.
Quincy Bay used to be considered the flounder capital of the world, and I don't know if it still is. Like, they still have good fishery up there. But yeah, we were fishing for flounder and started pulling in skates, and I was freaked out. I'd never caught one before. I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Right. El Diablo.
Don't touch the tail.
Yeah.
Skates and sea robins are a Long Island specialty. We hook more than anything else. Yeah, sea robins. I used to get a lot when I was a kid. And oyster crackers. That was another ugly fish. Fluke and flounder fishing is when you get skates the most. Yeah, because you're bottom fishing. So, Mike, is it how you said something about Belize? Not you, Michael. Mike, LNB. He was talking about Belize going down there, but then somebody mentioned a cruise. It would probably be cheaper. And I don't know how cruises work. Do you need a passport?
Hey, that would be pretty cool if a bunch of people we knew all went on the same cruise.
That would be awesome.
wouldn't it?
And not all of them you don't need a passport for. You just have to research. You have to look into it. Some of them.
Hell, that ain't no big deal. Hell, I can make a passport.
You didn't have to have a passport going to Cozumel. That's Mexican territory there.
No,
It
but
just depends. You look into it.
We don't need no stinking passports. They say. Hey, home, get on the boat, home.
Must be from southern Mexico.
Yeah.
Get that southern Mexican accent.
Oh.
Mex a hick.
Tex-Mex.
Well, what kind of exciting plans have y'all got in the near future coming up?
None. Nothing
Yeah.
exciting.
Man, it's that time of the year. It's just a lull. You know what I mean? I'm
I
like,
think Friday, I'm looking forward to Jody Messina's going to be at the George Fest
Oh yeah.
this coming
oh
Friday.
yeah,
Yeah,
Love and
Well, that's-
Theft is another country band
in
that's
our
going to be there. I
backyard.
don't know.
right at the park there.
Oh yeah, we can listen from here, but we can also walk over
We'll
and
walk
check
over.
it out.
who was the other band, Mugs?
Love and Theft. They I don't know how long they've been around, but they've got a couple hits.
Right,
But Jody Messina, I'm looking forward to that show.
right.
Karen says I would love to go to Cancun and see the ruins there, but out there and the cenotes, however that's spelled. I love seeing ruins and things like that.
Well, that's always been a bucket list dream trip.
Mesa Verde is a favorite place in Chaco Canyon. Haven't been to Chaco Canyon, but I've been to Mesa Verde in Colorado. That was in the 70s. So I don't know how it is now, Mesa Verde, but you used to be able to go down into the Kivas. Mesa Verde, for those of who you don't know, is they're cliff dwelling Indian ruins in Colorado, and it's gorgeous. But they have these holes in the ground. They're called kivas, and they would do their ceremonies and live in these things. And used to be able to go down there. I don't know if you can still do that.
Probably not.
Well, I ain't partial to going in no holes in the ground, no how.
Not yet, anyway.
No, I'm gonna hold off on that. But no, it is. I mean, like what? I was trying to think of other. Weren't the Pueblo or wasn't it Cliff Dwellers, or was it
Yeah,
Navajo?
The Pueblos, Pueblo,
Right. Yeah.
which is actually, I guess, Navajo. That was Colorado, so yeah, I guess it was the Pueblos. Side note: Mesa Verde is Kim Wexler's sole client on Better Call Saul. And Chaco Canyon, I haven't been there. Yeah, but even like, in Arizona, living there were a lot of Indian ruins as far as like,
Oh yeah.
in Sedona. You go out on an ATV or side by side or a Jeep or whatever, and you can get out there. You'll find, ruins and petroglyphs, hieroglyphs, whatever. It's fascinating. But what's
Right.
crazy to think about is like we we'd have somebody come out, like when I worked on a train, we'd point out ruins and stuff, and we'd say how they're 900 years old. But then you think about it, it's like big deal. Mr. Lee, where he's at, they have buildings that are 900 years old that people are still living in.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's amazing what seems like a great deal of time, and really, as far as planet Earth is, it's a small increment.
The grand
Yeah.
scheme
Oh,
of things.
yeah. Our lifespan is just
Blip.
I don't even think it's probably half a blip, or it's like it's so
Right.
insignificant in time wise. The lost gold of Montezuma is around those parts, Mogs. Yeah, supposedly. That would be Superstition Mountains.
Well, hell, if Montezuma lost it, how the hell do you think we gonna find it?
Right.
I think the Spanish stole it,
Oh yeah,
but who knows?
right.
Well, that's the whole Superstition Mountains was the search for Montezuma's gold, if I'm not mistaken. They always say the lost Dutchman's mine, but I think it was Montezuma's gold. They also think up in like Blind Frog Ranch up that way. They thought that maybe
Right.
they buried it up that way. Karen says lots of Indian ruins in the Four Corners area. Yeah, there is.
Speaking of which, I noticed just we were talking about it today. My buddy, excuse me, they're gonna cut his land down there, and there's a lot of arrowheads and stuff down there, and we're gonna start looking for arrowheads as soon as they cut his land. But and there's certain places around here they find stuff, pottery and stuff like that, but it's not really that big. And when they find a place, they'll usually section it off and get some kind of protection where they'll take the college in there and get stuff. They've cut off 2 of our places that we used to get arrowheads on the PD River like that, and threaten the hunting clubs that you'll lose your lease if we catch you looking for arrowheads down there, because they went in there on this little island on the river and took sifters and stuff like that. And man, we used to sneak in there and do a little sifting ourselves, but they've cut it all out now.
See, like they'll have mounds down here that are midden mounds. They're these mounds of garbage from
Junk,
like
trash, pottery, broken pottery.
Yeah,
And
from
it's their dump.
long ago. Fish, clamshells.
We found one on the river over here in Seminole County back when I first started working for the county. I stumbled on it literally. Like, what's that big pile of dirt over there? And as soon as I walked up to it, there's broken pottery. I found buttons from it was I think a Swedish settler had built a home there just off of the lake, or actually it was I'm losing the name now. Lake Harney. It was Lake Harney over there by where we went fishing. Where we caught all them crappie.
Oh,
right.
Jessup, near
Lake
Jessup. It's
Jessup.
like the next lake over from Jessup. But yeah, we stumbled on a trash pile over there. Next thing you know, the county had called Historical Society, and then it ended up being a dig.
But that's the thing. We say trash pile. It's an ancient trash
It
pile.
is. It really is.
Not
But yeah,
the original dumpster site.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool to see that, find that, being a part of finding that. That was really cool. Some of the pottery now is in the Seminole County Museum of History. They just collected whatever they could from the edge of it. I saw the stuff, kind of piddled around with it and left it. I just left it. I took pictures back then, but God, that was years ago. Don't have any of those photos, I'm sure.
But my thing that I don't understand about the arrowheads, I'm like, you're walking around and you find these arrowheads, and I'm thinking, just in the distribution, like if they shooting and hunting, I'm like, why do you find so many? Like you might find one spot and find 4 or 5 arrowheads there. You know, some of them may be broken, but I'm like, you know, I mean,
Well,
you just wouldn't.
they always said like at a spring head, like if you know where there's a spring out there,
Right.
in water spring, that's where they would make their camps and they'd make their arrowheads there. So if you find a spring, chances are you're going to find, remnants of a camp or something there. Um, yeah, you would think they wouldn't. Like, why do you find so many? Is it?
Yeah, because I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go and tell you right now. If I was making them, I'd keep up with my arrow a little bit better than that. When you got to sit there and crack out a head, another, yeah,
I never back in Arizona. I never took anything off of I never picked up like pottery shards. I picked them up, looked at them, but I put them back. I never walked off with anything from. I just thought it was
right.
disrespectful.
But see, the other thing about stuff like that is there's stuff that's more ceremonial, and stuff like that. I feel like, like I don't look at the arrowheads being like, you know,
Sacred, yeah. No, it's more of a
yeah,
tool.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Cause see, we got an Indian mounds up here above my house, about 20 minutes in Mount Gilead, and the Town Creek Indian mounds. You can go up there and do tours and stuff like that, but it's something else. But they had even back in those old times, they had like a wooden fence they had made around their area. And I think they went in there and rebuilt the wooden fence where the bottom of it was.
There's a lot of mounds in Florida.
A lot.
Some of them, who was it? Ford, as in the automobile giant. Like, I think he built an estate down here in Florida, and they bulldozed or whatever. They took out like half a friggin' mound. They didn't know what it was. There was something at the time.
Right. But see, that's what they say up there. That it's burial mounds up there. Now, I don't know. That's just what they tell you. So it could be
Yeah.
something.
It's either a burial mound or a midden mound, a garbage mound.
Right.
I don't think they're burying anything else in those things. I don't.
It's been so long since I've been up there. They give you the full tour and they got, stuff explaining what all it was, everything that's section by section and what they think it used to be like.
Karen says, I never did either. It seemed wrong to do that. And I'm assuming she means taking stuff off of
Right.
artifacts.
I tell you what, back when we used to do that stuff more, my buddy found a bead and he made a necklace out of it. Yeah, it was just a little black round bead.
Oh. Exactly, Karen. She said, it's respect. When we pass the only mound I'll be noted for is the mound of cremation heads. Okay. Where are we at?
10:28.
Yeah, no, I'm just looking at chat. No, they're saying how they'd love to get Karens, and they're saying how they'd love to get to Europe and see the.
I've always said that.
I don't know. I know.
I would.
Italy was cool.
Well, you've been to Italy. I haven't.
No, I'm saying, but as
Europe
far as
at
I
all.
don't know what else I would appreciate over there. As far as
Greece.
Greece would be cool.
Yeah.
Like England doesn't. No offense, Mr. Lee, just
Oh, I'd love to go to England,
doesn't excite me.
Scotland.
Maybe Ireland. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot.
There's enough to see here. I don't have to leave the country.
Big, huge
Well, that
one.
is true. That is true.
Be awesome to see the pyramids. And
I mean, I tell you what, I think a lot.
That ain't gonna happen.
I think a lot of that stuff over there in England with Mr. Lee and them, the castles and the ghost
Right.
stories and all that. I think that's really, really,
No, I think some of the castles, seeing castles, would be cool.
right. Ireland.
Italy was cool. Judy.
Mr. Lee says, Mugs, the weather is shit here. You wouldn't like it.
Where else?
Hey, I thought they were supposed.
There's probably some like South Pacific stuff I'd like to see. Like
Mm,
it used to be Australia, now I think I want to do New Zealand.
Well, yeah.
I'd like to go to.
Wales has the castles. Okay. Jamie says I worked out of Scotland for 3 years. I loved it.
Oh, I'd love to go to Italy. I still have family there, apparently.
What in the world did you do in Scotland? Working.
He says Wales has castles thanks to Edward III. And that was the other thing, because like in Italy, the whole Colosseum thing in Rome and the Vatican, and that was incredible.
Jamie said offshore oil.
Okay.
Huh.
All the spooky stuff
Yeah,
here.
that's what I was just reading.
Oh no, there's some scary shit here too, but
Right.
you know. That's the living. Sure.
But yeah, well, that's another thing too. If you talk about residual energy and stuff like that being in those castles, Lord have mercy.
Right.
Oh,
For so long. I mean, you know, there's got to be a lot of residual energy in those castles,
right.
just because they're so old. You know. Pontefract Castle. Where is that, Stu? I live at the side of a castle. Pontefract Castle.
I know good well. Mr. Lee, you had never got over there and went around and messed around in no castles or nothing like that? Stu? I figure, hey,
Rabbi Stu, yeah, castles everywhere. Many are posh flats now. So
right,
they turn them into apartments and shit.
man, strange how they'll do that when money is the object.
Working 20 grand a night.
Hey, that's what
I mean, just
we had
to stay in a castle for a night.
Right.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Dungeon. I'm good.
Stu said Yorkshire, England, Mugs.
Hey, I heard they were supposed to be having a Black Sabbath concert over there in Birmingham this year. Some kind of big festival or something. Supposed to be something.
Black Sabbath, huh?
Right, right.
Sharon, where's my wheelchair? Judy says, "Where's the coolest place you visited, Mr. Lee?" That's a good question. Coolest place. Birmingham just beat Mr. Lee's soccer team. I think coolest place would be Pompeii. Knowing the history and what they dug up and
Right.
actually see that was cool.
Hey, but I don't know about that now. Hey, we get to talking about stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Cause that's where is that not where the volcano erupted and
That's
Right.
exactly.
yeah. Yeah. You want to talk about residual? That would be the bad kind, I guess.
Excuse me a minute. You want to go on camera and I'll go off camera? I'm hearing noise. Gotta do it this way.
I looked up. I was like, "Where'd you go?"
No.
Well, I can answer that question for Judy Wheeler. The coolest place for her probably would be the Grand Canyon. I'm guessing.
Gary Senior, what's up?
Hey, Gary. Good to see you. Hope you're feeling well today. Big hugs. Always big hugs. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
Will you grab me a bottle of water, please? I meant to grab one when I got up last time. Indeed, Mr. Spikes.
Hey Gary, how you doing, buddy?
I'm alive. That's all that matters. It's
Right
not
on.
all that matters, but yeah, Judy.
We did it again.
Oh,
Jamie says, "I'd love to go to the Devil's Pool in Africa." Never heard of it.
Yeah, me neither. I don't like the way it sounds either.
We've got a spring here in Florida. It's called the Devil's Den.
Yeah, it's
It's a sinkhole that the water's crystal clear, but you have to go down
a staircase in a
like
cave.
100 feet down or something. I don't know. I don't know how far.
But we all know that the devil ain't gonna have nothing to do with water. But hey, we got a place in Siler City, North Carolina. They called it Devil's Tramping Ground or Stomping Ground, and nothing grows there. It's just a bare spot of earth where nothing grows.
It's a circle.
I don't
isn't
know. Yeah, something like that.
Where the spaceship landed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
possibly.
It? So it's been irradiated. and-
Right?
But I thought to myself, I said, why y'all make such a big deal about it? Because I'm like, hell, I can show you plenty of stuff where that old white sand, there's nothing grows on there anyway. But
Jamie says you lie in a small pool inches away from the side of a 1,000-foot waterfall. I have seen that now that you mention it.
no, we'll have none of that. Because I can guarantee you the first one, oh, Michael tripped and fell over the hedge.
Where's Michael? Damn it, where'd he go? Oh, he's
He gone.
disappearing.
Yeah.
Not here.
He gone.
It's good to hear that you're healing up, Gary. I've been saying prayers for you.
Yes, sir. I hope that makes you feel like a racehorse. You'll be ready to get out and jog.
I'm wondering why West Texas asshole. He's like, oops, my bad. What?
I know.
You accidentally typed it? What?
I don't know. Gary said, "Be glad to get back out. Sitting here making me fat." LOL. Well,
Stop eating.
you go stir crazy getting stuck sitting there. I know. I did it.
Yeah, that boredom eating.
KIK.
Watch out, KIK.
So close.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, guys. So we have 25 minutes left. If anybody wants to pop on, come say hi. Join Michael and myself and Steve. Here's the link. There you go. Click on that link. Come hang out. Sorry.
Your chair.
It's leaning up against the wall, squeaking.
Yeah, hey, Judy Wheeler, I thought that Devil's Den, I thought that was like a Civil War battle area or something like that.
We have a Devil's Den. It has a cave system. We almost went for a hike there, but it's way too rough and wild there. It's just down from the hot springs. Yeah, the one we have here that is, I think that's the one they scuba dive in, right?
Yes.
Like you have to get
Well,
permission to even snorkel there.
You can swim and snorkel, but for diving, you have to get an application and a permit.
Yeah.
Fill out an application and get approved.
Get
Get the permit.
Waiver.
And then you go by appointment to scuba dive. They only let a certain amount of people into general swim daily, so there's usually a wait list.
And we haven't hit we should go find a spring with some manatees in it.
Yeah.
It's been a while. This time of year, all the manatees go to the springs because it's
Blue Springs.
Yeah, because they prey on the people that come around there. Suck the blood out of them.
They do not.
Well, the springs are like 72 degrees year round, and when the water gets colder, they head to the springs.
Papa Craig.
Hey, Papa. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Hey, Papa Craig. Yeah, doggone, that's don't you know, I think in the cooler weather, which I mean, I don't guess it gets too cool, but the fish would be in there.
Oh, you should. Where do we go?
Massive. That was
it
Blue Springs. Yeah, Blue Springs.
Blue Springs, dude. We walked. You walk this walkway along the spring. It's in almost like a river, and the fish you see in there are incredible.
Massive.
Schools of massive tarpon.
You can't fish in there. That's probably why.
These.
Oh, so you have to boat feed.
Gar.
I forget what it's called. It was this huge round looking.
The black.
Yeah.
I forget they're Chinese something.
It's an invasive species.
Yeah.
Right.
Huge. I mean, massive.
And it's weird because as soon as you get outside the spring into the St. John's River,
the water
it just turns. You can't see shit.
No.
But in the spring, it's crystal clear.
You can't fish in the spring. We go out to the mouth of the spring, and right away it catches a crappie.
Oh yeah, see, that's where that video I sent you the other week, that son of a gun, was where whatever St. John River joins Dunn's Creek, and he was wearing the crappie out at that joint.
I have to look that up.
Fishing in the water hyacinth. Because I'm sitting here this whole time thinking those guys were fishing lily pads or whatever. And but I've seen a bunch of them, even at Santee Cooper, water hyacinth. And I said, well,
Chrissy, good night. Thanks for hanging out.
Get some rest.
Mr. Papa says, Mr. Lee, how in the Sam Hill are you? Papa Craig, I've almost transitioned into a lion. No, it's not even.
Not
That's
cute.
carnivore.
That's the carnivore, yeah.
Yeah, I was watching some guy. He said he eats beef, salt, and water, and that's it.
Wow.
And he dropped like 100 pounds. I forget who it
Oh, I
was.
bet.
But that'll make you wonder with the salt too, you know. But I don't.
He just salts the beef.
Papa Craig said it sure works, Mr. Lee. I thought it was nuts, but holy cow.
Yeah, yeah, man. Like you say, everything we grew up learning, you believe all the stuff they're saying now is wrong, but evidently it's not. Look how it's helped everybody else that we've talked to. Papa, Mr. Lee, y'all.
It works. You know,
Yeah,
might not be for everybody. I'm sure. You know, there are some people that they wouldn't benefit. You know,
right.
but maybe with because of existing health issues or whatever. But it works for us anyway. Can't recommend it. Can't promote it. Just say it works for me.
Yeah.
It's like I'm gonna dance around now, but earlier I was like, I don't care if I get a strike. Like that.
Mr. Lee said Dr. Anthony Chaffee, meat, salt, and water only. The guy is buff.
Yeah, that's who it was. It was like a brief infomercial or something that I saw. I was like, man, that's I need vegetables.
Yeah.
But you think about this back in the earlier times, I mean, like late 1800s or whatever, there wasn't a whole bunch of flair in food, I mean, like stuff like people that were living in the wilds and stuff, nobody was making spaghetti or lasagna. It was, like you say, meat, probably salt, and
Seeds.
maybe a little bit of flour and seeds and stuff like that. Yeah. A potato or two, maybe an onion.
But it was healthier. Might not have been
Yeah.
abundant, but it was healthier. There weren't all these preservatives and chemicals and all this other bullshit that they shove down our throats. The shit
Right.
they get away with putting in food is outrageous.
Well, and here's something else too. The way life was back then, and this was, I think, 68 or 70 around that time. Did you ever see that thing Alone in Alaska or whatever it was with Dick Prenneke, the guy that went out into the wilderness and he built a log cabin, and I think they said like in 6 weeks he put the walls of it, but he took all those logs, cut the trees down with axe and saws and stuff like that. One man, and did all this. And I'm thinking, good God, it'd kill a man to do all that by himself these days.
Right?
Oh, absolutely.
Now they call it bushcraft.
Yeah, there you go.
No, I don't know his story, but I know he lived in the wilderness for a long friggin' time.
Yeah. Well, he had a mining accident, and I think he almost went blind or something, an explosion or something. And he decided then after that, he was going out there and make the most of it for as long as he could. And as he got older, I think he got around close to 70 or whatever. He had to move back into civilization and be looked after a little bit or whatever. But I mean, hey, he would sit there and have birds coming and lighting on his shoulder, and he'd feed the birds that he had made friends with and stuff like that.
Yeah, he was just part of the environment at that point.
Exactly. I mean, I think it's pretty neat that, you know.
Gary says my grandparents cut 10 cord of firewood a day with a crosscut saw.
Hey,
No power equipment.
and let me tell you, it'd knock the wax out of somebody's ears to do a quarter of that much these days. There's so much. Yeah, that was
And that's
real
with a log
work.
splitter these days, you know.
You're
A
right.
chainsaw and a log splitter.
Hey, yeah, and you see those men back then. Hey, them son of a guns, their arms and stuff, they had that tendon strength from where they did real work. They get a grip on you like a vice grip.
Oh, hell yeah. 10 cords, man, a day. That's crazy.
He says I have the saw hanging in my barn.
What would that be? 4 foot tall, 4 foot wide, 80 feet long. That would be like 10 cords. Damn.
Yeah, and I used to think I was doing something when I'd go cut a pickup truck load of wood with my uncle when I was in grade school, high school. Yeah, we'd go cut wood after school.
Yeah, I didn't rely on firewood.
Oh, yeah, we used to burn it and sell it.
Although in Arizona we burn wood. Like my dad had a fireplace insert. So he went through
Right.
that.
My grandpa had a wood burning stove on the back porch that was the only source of heat for the house, and that's all he needed. Open up the back door and all that heat came in. So I used to watch him chop wood all the time when I was little.
Well, there was a famous man that said one time, coal burner stove, natural gas. If that ain't country, I'll kiss your ass. David Allen Coe. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Lee says, when I was younger, I remember seeing lumberjack climbing big trees in America and chopping down the tops, trees swinging while on TV.
Man, hey, yeah, Mr. Lee. And that's when I think some of them were they cutting like redwoods or what, those big giant trees in Oregon like that? Man, them son of a guns to do them like that lumberjack Olympics or whatever they did, like going up them trees with the ropes on the back side of them and climbing with the tree spikes.
And then they come back down like in 3 steps.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's where they got that Leonard Skinner song from. He said redwoods, yep, massive trees. But I mean, you see that things like those guys. Did you ever see the thing where they would take and cut a notch out and stick like a board? It was a plank,
Yeah.
and they'd stand on that plank to cut on it.
And they cut another one, yeah.
Yeah.
And then top the
Yeah.
tree, and yep. That's
But I
crazy.
mean, you think of the weight of how big around some of those trees are, and I'm like, I just don't see, how they got it moved around with the equipment back then they used and everything.
Oh, like mules and
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing the equipment they use these days.
Oh man, crazy stuff.
I mean, where a guy can just roll through in this machine that grabs the tree, cuts it in half, turns it sideways, spits it out, cuts all the limbs off, and you're left with a log.
Oh yeah.
What they can do these days is crazy.
Well, they've got a whole lot more efficient because when they cut places around here now, it truly looks like a desert. They used to leave a lot of the top ends of trees and stuff laying around in these cutovers around here. And that's what we used to do is get permission and go in these places and cut the hardwood tops that were left and load them up and get a truckload of them, and my uncle would sell them. And, but now, hey, they'll roll through that joint and they cut everything and do something with everything they cut.
Oh, yeah. Gary,
But the only
some of them a truck could only haul one log. They were so big.
right. But the only thing I can say now is they all plant back the pine trees because it's money.
Sure.
And I just don't like the over, you know what I'm saying? It seems like it's putting everything out of whack. Like, where your hardwoods, which it takes years for them to grow, but
Well, that's why they grow the pines, because they grow so quickly.
exactly. But something seems wrong. I mean, if y'all got the majority of where the woods used to be more mixed and now it's mainly pine.
Yeah, you don't have down here we got a lot of live oaks.
Right.
But still, it's as far as they don't. Yeah, where where do you get oak from? I mean, because it does take forever to grow. It's not like you can plant a forest of oak trees.
Yeah, well, they've worked on some of them and I'm trying to think of I don't know what it was, but they supposedly got a faster growing oak tree now, and that was for wildlife purposes, I don't think that was so much for the forestry for wood products.
Gary says houses are built out of pine and fir now. Yeah, they've been for a long time.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you.
Go ahead.
I was just saying about all these old mill houses down here built out of pine and turned into lighter, and daggone them son of a guns will burn up in a skinny minute.
Oh, right. Lighter wood. Mr. Lee says, aren't the redwoods protected now? Yeah. He said, Papa says a lot of them are, Mr. Lee.
And see, I'm telling you right now, I believe the way everything's come to, if a tree's reached a certain age, it should be protected by law. I mean, because doggone, hey, kids will never be able to see. I think of the hardwood forest I've seen, and kids will never see that stuff that we've probably seen in our lifetime in the forest.
Well, you'd actually have to get their face away from their phone for a second to actually
Well, that's
see.
true too. They probably don't care that they missed those trees.
Yeah. You gotta bring them to the forest because they ain't gonna go by themselves.
Right.
Jamie says the USS Constitution was built with live oak from North Carolina. I think it was.
Hey, we got a live oak tree right here by the house, but that's the only one. I've never seen them in this county, but there is one right down here on the old mill property where I fish at.
We
and it looks
a block over.
Really?
Oh,
that was the one.
Oh, that went down.
That went down
Yeah,
during
that
the
was a live
hurricane.
oak.
Right. That was the one.
Took out 2 homes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a big tree. That was a huge
That was
tree.
huge.
Papa says old things always need to be given a break. Right, Jay?
Well, folks, look here. It's 3 minutes till time to check out.
Is it?
Yep. I'm fixing to pull the ripcord.
Geronimo.
Thank you for hanging out.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I was glad to be here and see everybody and y'all too.
Always good to see you.
Right. We'll do it again.
I'm sure we will.
I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Everybody in chat.
All right,
Love
brother.
y'all. Have a good evening. Later.
Same.
Love y'all too.
Thanks, Mike.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Call him Mike.
Michael. I know. I never called him Mike.
No. Sorry.
Whatever. Michael. I'm sure he went, what?
I know.
That's his name.
I know.
Yeah, Mr. Lee, it is mostly wood houses and
Yeah. Judy, to you as well.
anyway. Yeah, it is that time. Hey, guys, thank you for hanging out tonight. I hope you guys had a good time. Please be sure to hit that like button below. Also, share it out and leave comments. We love comments.
Yes. Comment. Say hi. Something. Say something. No.
We will be back on Thursday. You guys know the plan. We know the deal.
We'll be
So,
back.
you guys have a great night. Take care of yourself. Take care of one another. We love you. Peace and God bless.